Hello people, welcome back. I'm Neha and I have been living abroad for almost 12 years now. I was born and raised in India and spent the first 30 years of my life there, moving across different corners of the country from north to south and east to west. Each place has its own rhythm, own climate, and yes, its own impact on my skin. After that, I moved to Dubai where I lived for over 6 years. Then came Panama where I have been for a little over 5 years now. I've also had the chance to travel to different countries with completely different climates and cultures. And as I moved through geographies, I also moved through different phases of life. From my 20s into adulthood and now into motherhood. Each phase came with its own changes, not just emotionally or mentally, but physically and especially in my skin. One thing I noticed though, often quietly, sometimes dramatically, there were times when it suddenly felt oilier or unexpectedly dry or even reactive. Despite the fact my skincare routine stayed more or less the same, with just a few tweaks to the products. And for the longest time, I thought maybe it's the water, it's the weather, or it's just the stress. But now I understand something much deeper is at play. It's not just the climate, it's not just the water, it's my skin's microbiome. And if you have ever moved countries or continents, chances are it's yours too. So what is a microbiome? The skin microbiome is basically the ecosystem of bacteria, fungi, and other microbes that live on your skin. Sounds gross? It's actually not. These microbes are essential for maintaining healthy skin. They fight off harmful bacteria, regulate inflammation, and support your skin's barrier function. But here is the thing. When you move to a drastically different environment, you expose your skin to an entirely different microbial world. New soil, air, water, new people, new public spaces, new diet, cooking oils, and even new spices. And how can I forget? New pollution levels and new humidity levels. All of these impact the microbes that live on your skin. As per a 2021 study on nationality and body location altered human skin microbiome suggests where you're from also matters even in the same environment. This study showed that even when people from different nationalities live in the same place, their skin microbiomes still look different from the others. That's because our lifestyle, diet, and even genetics influence the types of bacteria living on our skin, especially across different body parts. Another interesting thing to note, altitude can change your skin's bacterial balance. Researchers also found that elevation plays a role. Skin bacteria diversity first dropped and then increased again as people lived higher up in the mountains, suggesting our environment changes not just how our skin looks, but how it functions too. So what actually changes? In those first few weeks or even months after moving to a new country, your skin might start acting up and you may not be able to connect the dots right away. Suddenly you're dealing with breakouts that came out of nowhere, or your skin feels unusually dry, tight, flaky, like it's thirsty for something your old routine isn't giving. Some days it's completely the opposite, oily in places where it never used to be. And this actually happened to me when I moved here in Panama, which is so humid. Redness, itching, rough patches, you might even start wondering if it's an allergy. But here is what's likely happening. Your skin microbiome is trying to adapt. Now for those of us with melanin-rich skin, like most of us Indian women, this adjustment can be trickier. What I've come to understand that our kind of melanin-rich skin tends to be more reactive to these external triggers. Climate, hard water, environmental changes. And when the microbiome, the protective layer of bacteria and microbes on our skin gets disrupted, it can impact how well our skin defends itself. And on top of that, for melanin-rich skin, inflammation often shows up differently. It's not just redness, it's post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So even a minor irritation can leave behind dark marks or uneven skin tone that takes months to fade. And because we often have combination to sensitive skin, these shifts can be harder to manage. It's like your skin is suddenly speaking a different language and you don't even have the dictionary yet. But eventually, over time, your skin does settle into the new rhythm, a new equilibrium. It just may not look or behave the way it did back home. And many of us brown girls living abroad, these changes creep up subtly. One day you catch up your reflection and think, wait, why does my skin feel so different now? And here is how I have learned to support this transition, especially after living in such different places over the years. I've realized the climate, the water quality, or even how indoor heating or cooling works can dramatically affect how your skin behaves. For some people, this change could be very subtle. They might even not notice it. But for many of us, especially those with melanin-rich, sensitive skin, these shifts can sneak up. One day your moisturizer feels too heavy. Another day your face feels stripped and tight after cleansing. And that's your microbiome trying to adjust. So here is what I've learned works. Not specific products, but types of formulas that help your skin rebalance, including gentle exfoliants. Instead of strong acids, opt for gentle, low concentration exfoliants that don't disrupt your skin's protective barrier. These help smooth out texture and dullness without causing inflammation or damage to your microbiome. Including barrier reinforcing creams can also help. Look for creams rich in ceramides, fatty acids, and peptides. These formulas help strengthen your skin's barrier, which is crucial when you're adjusting to a new environment with different water or humidity levels. Hydration layering. This one I feel is one of my favorites. Lightweight watery toners or essences works beautifully in cold or dry climates. Applying them in repetitive layers, what's often called as 7 skin method, can also help replenish moisture, but only recommended to do this at night. It's especially helpful when the skin feels thirsty but sensitive. Including soothing actives. Ingredients like Centella asiatica, panthenol or medicazoid help calm irritation and redness during that transition phase your skin goes through after a move or seasonal shift. And of course, sun protection. No matter what, where you are, humid, dry, hot or cold, daily SPF is non-negotiable. But if your skin feels reactive, a mineral physical sunscreen is often gentler and better tolerated when your skin's barrier is vulnerable. And above all, I have learned to give my skin time. I no longer jump into strong treatments or strong actives right after moving or changing climates. I try to let my skin tell me what it needs. So if you see, your skin is quite smart, but like you, it needs time to adjust when everything changes. Climate, food, routine, stress levels. If you've recently moved countries or even cities and your skin is acting up, know this. It's not just your products, it's your skin microbiome trying to adjust. So be gentle with yourself, take a step back, focus on hydration, barrier support and clean, consistent care. And remember, glow isn't just about what's on the outside, it's also about what's growing with you on the inside. If you've noticed a skin shift after moving, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your story. And that was all for today's video. I'll see you all in my next video. Until then, stay tuned, stay beautiful.